Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Bianca Belair could be ruled out of WrestleMania 41 due to a shocking twist. The EST will be facing Rhea Ripley and Io Sky for the Women's World Championship at the Showcase of the Immortals. This reason for the shocking twist could only be from none other than her friend Jade Cargill. At WrestleMania 41, the Storm could pull off double duty. She could face Naomi on night 1 and defeat her. On night 2, she could attack Bianca Belair right before her match and take her out of the title match. One potential reason for her attack could be her ongoing drama with Naomi. At Elimination Chamber 2025, Bianca Belair came to know Naomi was the person who had attacked Cargill. However, as WrestleMania came closer, the former women's champion was more focused on her WrestleMania match and title opportunity than standing beside her friend. This could be a major reason for the former AEW star to cost the EST her opportunity at WrestleMania 41. While the Storm was out injured, Belair teamed with Naomi and gave her Cargill's tag title. But once the truth was revealed and Naomi accepted guilt for the attack, Bianca didn't seem to bother except questioning the glow once. Soon after, the stars switched brands to go after gold. WWE could start this rivalry on the second night of WrestleMania 41. This story could see its climax with a blockbuster match at SummerSlam 2025. At the end of the Elimination Chamber Premium Live event this year, the originally scheduled Women's World Championship match was Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley. However, so much has happened in the past few weeks that we have a triple threat, with Io Sky being the defending champion. With the tension between Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley so intense, many fans feel both superstars are not giving enough importance to the defending champion. Speaking in an interview, Mammy claims she knows what Io brings to the table, but she will majorly focus on Belair as the latter screwed her twice. The three women will face each other on night 2 of WrestleMania 41. Io Sky walks into her second consecutive WrestleMania as the world champion. Last year, she failed to defend her WWE Women's Championship. Time will tell if she can turn her fortunes around, as this time she has to defeat not one, but 2 competitors this time around. The road to WrestleMania is never predictable. Every year it brings surprises, twists, betrayals, and moments that shift the very foundation of WWE's championship landscape. But no one expected what happened this past week on WWE Raw. Bianca Belair, the EST of WWE, the undeniable powerhouse of the women's division, and a central figure on the WrestleMania marquee for years, may now be out of the WrestleMania 41 title picture entirely. And in her place, a shocking return, a seismic shift, a major WWE star stepping into the spotlight, threatening to rewrite everything the women's division had prepared for. And just like that, fans are left reeling, asking, how did this happen, and what does it mean? For months, Bianca Belair was penciled in as the natural contender for the WWE Women's Championship at WrestleMania 41. After surviving a brutal feud with Io Sky and climbing her way through grueling matches against damaged CTRL, fans were ready for the EST to have her moment once again. Belair was being quietly built up for a big-time title opportunity, a chance to reclaim the gold on the grandest stage and deliver another unforgettable WrestleMania performance. Her previous Mania victories over the likes of Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch cemented her status as a main event-level talent, and this year was expected to be no different. Until everything changed on Raw. Bianca was scheduled for a high-stakes contract signing. But moments before the segment began, reports began swirling backstage of an altercation, one involving Belair and another returning superstar. As the cameras cut to a scene of chaos, with officials and medical staff surrounding Bianca, it became clear something had gone horribly wrong. WWE played it off as an injury scare, citing a possible shoulder or knee issue that left Bianca unable to compete. But what truly raised eyebrows was what happened next. Cue the return of Rhea Ripley's most bitter rival, none other than Liv Morgan. Morgan had been out of action for several months following a storyline attack from Ripley and had seemingly vanished from the title picture entirely. But when her music hit, and she stormed the ring to confront Rhea Ripley face-to-face, contract in hand, it became apparent that this was no coincidence. This was calculated. This was a shock twist that not only stunned the fans but sent the women's division spiraling into uncharted territory. And Bianca? Nowhere to be seen. So what happened to Bianca Belair? WWE has remained vague in their on-screen explanation, calling it an unforeseen medical situation that may or may not be resolved in time for WrestleMania. But backstage reports hint at a much more dramatic angle. According to sources, the decision to pull Belair from the match was made just days prior to Raw, with creative opting to pivot the direction of the women's title story entirely. The plan? Use Bianca's sudden absence to fuel tension, elevate Liv Morgan's comeback, and set the stage for a much more emotionally charged showdown between Morgan and Ripley, two women with unresolved business and a history of brutal matches. But this move has consequences, huge ones. First, the fan reaction. Social media exploded within minutes of Raw going off the air. How could WWE sideline one of their most consistent and bankable stars in Bianca Belair? One tweet read. Another fan wrote, "Bianca Belair deserves better. 3 years of dominance and this is how it ends." Hashtags like #JusticeForBianca and #Where's Bianca began trending as fans demanded answers. The truth is, WWE's decision to yank Belair out of the spotlight has split the fanbase. Some applaud the shock value and long-term storytelling, while others see it as a betrayal of Bianca's legacy and a sign that WWE creative is leaning too heavily on surprises at the cost of consistency. But let's explore the implications further. Bianca's absence opens up a very unique opportunity for Liv Morgan, yes, but also for others circling the division. Becky Lynch is always one moment away from re-entering the title scene. Bayley, who has reinvented herself as a babyface leader of the division again, could be slotted in if WWE changes course once more. Then there's Jade Cargill, the newcomer with a massive aura and a rapidly growing fanbase. Could WWE be protecting Bianca now to build toward a future clash with Jade? Or is this truly a medical issue forcing WWE's hand? Sources close to the situation suggest it may be a mix of both. While Belair is not believed to be dealing with a serious long-term injury, there is growing speculation that WWE saw this as a chance to give her a storyline breather. Much like how stars such as Roman Reigns or Seth Rollins have occasionally been cycled out of weekly television to preserve their mystique, WWE may be playing the long game with Bianca. Remove her from the Mania picture now, fuel fan outrage, and bring her back as a surprise force in the post-WrestleMania landscape, possibly with a chip on her shoulder and a heel turn waiting in the wings. From a storyline perspective, the consequences are massive. Liv Morgan returning to challenge Rhea Ripley brings a deeply personal grudge back into focus. Their feud from last year ended with Ripley standing tall, but Morgan never truly got her revenge. Now with the lights brightest and the stage biggest, she may finally get her chance. The dynamic between Liv and Rhea is raw. It's violent. It's emotional. Rhea is the unshakable champion with no fear. Liv is the wild card, driven by obsession and revenge. And with Bianca removed from the equation, the audience's attention has no choice but to shift toward this feud. But what about Rhea Ripley herself? The Eradicator has been nearly unstoppable since winning the title. Her matches are hard-hitting and her dominance unquestioned. Still, fans have been craving a credible challenger. Belair was meant to be that rival. Liv Morgan brings unpredictability, but does she bring the same big match credibility as Bianca? That's a question WWE will have to answer quickly as they build toward Mania. They'll need to elevate Liv's star power in a matter of weeks, and they'll need to make Bianca's absence feel like the burning center of the storm, not just a forgotten footnote. Behind the scenes, one source hinted that WWE officials were genuinely torn about removing Bianca. There was a lot of debate, the source said. Bianca is beloved. She delivers every single time. But there was also this feeling that maybe a fresh narrative was needed this year, something fans wouldn't see coming. The Liv Morgan return was already planned, but the switch from a triple threat to a one-on-one match may have been a late change to intensify the emotion. And Bianca's role moving forward? That's where things get even more interesting. Insiders say there is a major post-WrestleMania program being built with Bianca at the center. Whether it's a surprise return to attack the new champion or a slow-burn story that reintroduces her with new motivation, WWE knows they can't keep the EST sidelined for long. She's too important, too magnetic, too valuable. But for now, her omission from WrestleMania 41 is WWE's gamble, one that could backfire or pay off depending on how well they execute the replacement storyline. In many ways, Bianca's potential absence echoes what we've seen in the past with top stars. Sometimes a removal from the main event scene is used not to punish, but to recharge. Roman Reigns in 2020, Becky Lynch in 2022, even Bayley during her injury hiatus. When these stars returned, they did so with massive impact. Perhaps that's the path ahead for Bianca. Or perhaps WWE simply pulled her too soon, and they'll soon face the backlash of sidelining a star in her prime. WrestleMania 41 was supposed to be the continuation of Bianca's legacy, the next chapter in her trailblazing run. Instead, we're left with uncertainty, intrigue, and an opening in the title picture that could redefine everything. Liv Morgan may now stand in the spotlight. Rhea Ripley has a new challenger. But the shadow of Bianca Belair looms large, because if and when she returns, whether next week, next month, or the night after WrestleMania, the conversation will instantly change. And whoever is holding that title will have to answer for why Bianca was kept away, and what she plans to do about it. Until then, fans will watch closely. The road to WrestleMania just became a mystery again. And in WWE, that's exactly where the best stories begin. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.